Hello and welcome to the second instalment of the Alpha Male Interview series. Today we're talking to Patrick Chase from womenchaseyou.com. I first discovered Patrick during Brent's... Oh, Jesus.
It's all good. Take one. Take two.
I've got a sort of thing giving me notes as well, and I can't even read. Jesus. Alright.
Just realize there's going to be mistakes made. Doesn't matter.
This is why I usually do text.
So professional here.
Cool. Let's go. Okay. Hello and welcome. We'll go.
Sorry.
No worries. Okay. Hello and welcome to the latest instalment of the Alpha Male Interview series. Today we're talking to Patrick Chase from womenchaseyou.com. First discovered Patrick during a Brent Smith vocal call. He's an interesting guy to say the least. When you first listen to Patrick, he can stand a bit standoffish, a bit arrogant, a bit full of himself, but it's more the fact that he's the kind of guy that you want to become. He generally just doesn't give a fuck. He knows what he wants in life. He's congruent in his thoughts and actions. And if some of the stories I've heard are true, he's also had a lot of sex. You can't say fairer than that. So I thought I'd get him to come in for a quick chat, and we'll see if he can give some tips to get close to his level. So, again, Patrick, I just want to thank you for taking your time to chat to me.
Sure. I have to correct you there. I'm actually a virgin, and I just sell products. I hope it works for guys. That's
I like it. You heard it here first. Well, if you're a virgin, I'm fucked. Well, so for people who maybe don't know the vocal chats with Brent Smith, or maybe not seen your site, can you just give us a little intro about yourself? Can you tell me your journey from just the typical dude on the street to getting to that stage now where you can actually help guys become better in themselves and get better with women?
Yeah, totally. I guess my official title is like a lifestyle coach or an attraction coach or something like that.
Have that on a business card?
I don't have that on my business card. My business card actually says "kind of a big deal" is my official job title. But I got my story's pretty similar to a lot of guys where I was just not really successful with women most of my life. I didn't have my first girlfriend until I was like 21 years old. And I just kind of started, like diving into all this stuff, and I discovered the pickup community and all that. My first, girlfriend when I was 21, it was really just thrown into my lap. And around that time, I'd pretty much given up on women, and I didn't think I was able to attract women. I was living in this house, and I had these female roommates. And they ended up hooking me up with this girl. And it was kind of funny because, this girl was really into me, and I had no idea that she liked me. And I remember one night she ended up I was in my room playing video games, of course. And she comes up to my room and she was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm just playing some games." And she's like, "You want to have some fun?" And I was like, completely oblivious to the fact that this girl wanted to shag me. And I'm like, I am having fun. I'm playing video games. What are you talking about? And then she's like, "You want to have some fun?" And I'm like, hello, I am having fun.
Did you switch switch on the second player?
Yeah, switch on the second player. Yeah, grab a seat. And finally I finally clued in when she just kind of jumped on me and started, making out with me and everything. And that's just to give you an idea of kind of how oblivious I was and the poor, self-esteem I had for myself that I couldn't even imagine a girl being into me at that point. And, she became my first girlfriend. And, when we broke up, pretty typical. I was really devastated. And, at that point I decided, you know what? I'm never going to let this happen to me again. I'm going to get women figured out. I'm going to, change my life. And, I never want to have to worry about women again. And at first I kind of set out there, without any kind of training at all. I didn't know about the community. I didn't know that there were people teaching this kind of stuff. So I just went out for like a year, just going out by myself. And I did kind of all the typical things guys do. Like I went to the gym. I started buying nicer clothes, and I thought that was, really what I needed to do. And during that first year of just kind of flying blind, I slept with one girl in that entire year, and not one that I'm particularly proud of either. And
I think we've all had a few of those.
Yeah.
If you'd seen one of my first girlfriends, I think I'd probably beat you on the Manter stakes, shall we say.
Well, they all, in retrospect, aren't as hot as we thought they were at the time. And, even I remember, like, this girl, I was like, my first girlfriend, I was like, man, I'll never get another girl like that and everything. And when I look back, I'm like, I never want another girl like that. And, like, the first year of kind of going out and trying the stuff on my own, I didn't really learn too much. And, it's kind of why I think that, guys who are going out there without training, or guys who think they don't need coaching, or they think that it says that there's something wrong. They don't want to take coaching because that would mean that, there's something wrong with them, which is kind of, maybe the mindset I was in at the time. They end up kind of doing the same things, and they don't realize the mistakes that they're making. And they don't realize that they could be doing a lot better. But, what happened was one of my friends, he was actually a big fan of, like Neil Strauss, and not because of the game or anything like that. He was really into his, like books like The Dirt and Jenna Jameson's biography. And he's like, here, you should check out this book, The Game. And, he gave me David D'Angelo's stuff as well. And I was just like, wow, this is the answer, man. Like, this is, like, finally somebody is like, boiled this down to a science. And, I just went out there and I just like threw everything up against the wall and see what sticks. And, to give you an idea of where I was starting out, I was like not good at all. I remember the first like pickup line that I ever used, and it was, I remember Mystery had some kind of line that was like, he'd go up to a girl and say, like, if I wasn't gay, I would be so into you. And I was in the food store at the mall, and I went up to this girl, and I was like the delivery was so bad. I was like shaking, and I was stuttering, and I was just expecting this girl to, like spit in my face. And it was funny because, I was sitting there with a friend, and I'm like, you know what? Like, I have some faith that this stuff could actually work. And I went up to the girl and I'm like, if I wasn't so gay, I would be into you. And she was like, well, that's one I haven't heard before. And I ended up talking with her.
I can't believe that didn't work. Come on.
But yeah, that was, I came from some pretty humble beginnings. And, starting out, like, I just tried everything. I would look up every guru, and I would just try all kinds of stuff. And in the first year of, going out, I got pretty good, at, being a pickup artist and doing all that stuff. And it was really a matter of, especially like David D'Angelo, a lot of the tips I got from him that were so counterintuitive about how attraction works and everything. And I'm like, wow, because I've been doing the complete opposite. And when I started changing everything, I started to see a lot of success. And then, about like a year into that of trying that stuff, I was really burnt out on it from going out every single day and going to like walking around the street